Morning, Mr. Chewning. I'm Gil Cisneros. I represent California's 31st District. I enlisted in the Navy right out of high school. I was fortunate enough to later earn a Navy ROTC scholarship and earn my commission. I later on used my VA benefits to get my GI Bill to get my master's degree in urban education policy. But in 2021, I had the honor of a lifetime. I was appointed by President Biden to serve as the Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel Readiness, where I got to serve and work with our military service members and families. But in that capacity, I also served as the co-chair of the Joint Executive Council for the VA, and the Department of Defense. I want to thank you for your service and everything that you're doing for your advocacy for veterans across the country. I'd like to ask you a few questions on a more personal level. Is there anyone you previously worked with who's still helping the VA innovate and modernize services? What will the results from the administration removing these dedicated teams that focused on modernization strategy for the VA, what impact will that have?
Thank you for the question, sir. To be honest, I don't know many people still there. Many have been laid off or chose to leave that hostile environment. But for the former colleagues that are still there, it was a challenge before funding cuts. Anything in government is hard, and usually hard for a reason, but removing a lot of the resources, particularly the outside service-disabled, veteran-owned small businesses that supported those modernization efforts, it'll be very, very challenging to continue that work, particularly in an environment where you're seen as not a valued member of the team. We hear a lot of reports of physicians and technologists and service providers at VA that feel under attack by their chains of command. And that makes it an incredibly challenging workplace in the best of times.
Look, there's no question about it. Donald Trump's actions have caused an incredible harm to the VA. Do you think there's any recovery from this? Is there any action that they could take in order to help improve the extreme actions that Donald Trump took?
I do. Government teams that I've worked with are incredibly resilient. A lot of the lessons learned over the years of modernization will remain in the system. And so I am hopeful that the work will continue. But for the teams currently there, it'll be incredibly challenging. But I am hopeful that the systems that are built will survive and continue to thrive.
Well, thank you again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the service. And thank you for your answers.
Thank you.